Alright, so a couple months ago, I made videos talking about Helium 5G mining and why I think the new Helium mobile token will be worth a lot in the future. Well, it's been a couple of months now and a lot of stuff has happened since. So in today's video, I just want to go over what's happening with Helium 5G mining. Can you still make money from it? Do we have any updates on the price of the mobile token? And just a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you guys are already mining Helium 5G or you want to be a part of history, make sure you guys watch the whole video through because I'm going to be going over everything and how that'll affect your wallet. As always, before we get into the video, make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I make videos all about crypto and how you can become rich from it. So if that's you, consider subscribing. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so I just want to give a quick recap of everything before I get into the update, just so everyone's on the same page. Okay, first, for those of you that don't know what's happening with all of this, Helium, the crypto project that I'm sure a lot of you guys already know, is working on a 5G component called Helium 5G. And with that, they're releasing a new token called the mobile token. Basically, what they want to do is provide our phones and devices with data to connect to the internet, make calls with, text, just kind of like how we have AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. Helium wants to do the same thing, but in the crypto space, while also providing rewards to people who use their phone service as well. Now, they already have a partnership with T-Mobile to provide this 5G coverage, but they need more. So they're letting people like you and I set up antennas or miners and incentivizing us to provide coverage from our own homes in exchange for this new mobile token. Currently, this phone service isn't released yet, so they're just giving out rewards, these mobile tokens, to early adopters that are providing this coverage for them. Now, I've been mining these mobile tokens for a couple months now, and I'm sitting at close to 10 million mobile tokens mined. Now, the issue is these 10 million mobile tokens that I have are currently worthless because the coin hasn't officially been released yet, and no one knows when the coin will release and how much it will be either. Now, there are estimates, and a lot of people are saying the coin most likely will be worth around 0.0007 cents, but I don't think that's accurate. I'll get into why later in the video. Okay, now that you're caught up with everything, let's talk about some of the changes and updates we've had with Helium 5G recently. First off, we got a brand new website for Helium Mobile. Honestly, it looks pretty sleek, and for me, it just shows that they're still putting in effort into this project, which is a very good thing. And along with the website, they also released a blog post labeled 2023 Roadmap, which is amazing because this helps us understand the timeline for when the coin will release and just a whole bunch of other stuff they have going on. Now, it's a pretty lengthy article, but because you guys are subscribed to my channel, I've gone ahead and read through the whole thing and picked out the most important things to tell you guys. So if you aren't subscribed yet, make sure you guys subscribe. Basically, the article just talked about what their plan is going forward with Helium Mobile and how they want to become a new wireless carrier and just a whole bunch of other technical stuff that we probably don't care about. The biggest thing I saw is that they're launching a beta test in Q2 of this year, so between March to June-ish, I would say. Basically, just testing this new network and seeing how everything goes with using Helium Mobile as a main carrier provider and also allowing people to receive these mobile tokens as rewards for using the service. Now, this beta will only be available to people who sign up on their waitlist, so if you haven't signed up yet, make sure you guys sign up ASAP. It's on their website. The main reason for this beta is to let people use this network and use this service while also being used for testing and seeing how the network will run and just to catch any glitches and whatnot in the whole system. Now, the head of Nova Labs, which is behind Helium 5G's antenna itself, also said the beta should launch in Q2 of this year, but he also said the same thing last year, that it'll launch in Q1 of this year. He then also went ahead and said, please take these dates as our best current estimates given the information we have available as opposed to a firm commitment. Given the dynamic nature of our industry and the complexity of the solutions we're building, dates are subject to change. Honestly, all that is just big words for saying there will most likely be another delay in the future. The post also goes on to talk more about the technicals of the network and other products they plan on launching. They also gave this other timeline where in Q1, so January to March, they're going to build Helium mobile products and services. They're also going to work closely with Helium Foundation and other community members to accelerate improvements for how coverage is defined and rewarded. In Q2, so from April to June, they're going to launch Helium mobile beta. They're also going to launch Helium mobile hotspot and Helium mobile spot. And in Q3, from July to September, they're going to launch Helium mobile hotspot, the outside version, and also start working with other manufacturers to build their own mobile hotspots. Again, based on what the head guy from Nova Lab said, a lot of this is still subject to change and being delayed, so I'm not going to hold this to stone, but it's good to know what the timeline is looking like. So taking all this into account, what does this really mean for mobile token and its price? Because at the end of the day, our biggest biggest concern is how will this make us money and will it be worth it? And I think I have an answer to that. On this blog post and on their websites, they refer to their HIP-53 protocol a lot, and I mean a lot. Now, this is pretty much just their structure of how the mobile token coin and how everything will work in the whole ecosystem. Now, in that HIP-53 post, they mentioned that the tentative price of the mobile token will be 0.0006 HNT, and currently the price of HNT is $2.68. So if we multiply $2.68 times 0.0006, that leaves us with approximately 0.002 cents for the price of the mobile token based on what they had on their post, which if we calculate with my 10 million tokens that I currently have, that's worth about $20,000. Now again, this is just what they said. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but to me on the other hand, if they are referencing HIP-53 a lot and actually are doing all the other stuff they listed on that protocol, it kind of would make sense for the price of the mobile token to reflect what they already put on there. But ultimately, the foundation is who determines the price of the mobile token and when it will launch, so it could be more, it could be less. But I'm thinking we should hear something about the token either during the beta launch, which would be in the next 2 to 3 months, because think about it, if people are given access to use this mobile token on their phone for data, that also means they'll be able to earn mobile tokens as well. And because their whole thing is their users will be able to earn while also using their coverage, shouldn't they provide some insight on how much these beta testers are going to be earning? Plus, not to mention all the hype it'll generate for the platform as well if they talk about that. I don't know, but in the chance they don't mention anything during the beta phase, they might wait till the plans and services and everything is rolled out officially, which we don't know when that will be either. All we know is that it'll launch once the beta is concluded successfully. A couple of other things I noticed was if you search Helium Mobile on Google, you can see that they started running ads for their website, which is a very good bullish sign because that means they're moving over towards marketing this project and putting more money behind it, which will generate more hype for it as well. Also, this was news from a couple months ago, but Solana's new phone, the Saga phone, is still said to be using Helium's mobile network. Now, the phone isn't out yet, but since Helium is now dealing with external factors such as a big project like Solana, which has huge supporters who are probably already in line to buy this new phone, it's like an extra push on Helium Mobile to make sure they get this out correctly and on time. And plus, Solana is a huge cryptocurrency and a huge project. They wouldn't just be partnering with Helium Mobile just because. They most likely probably see a big picture at play. Also, talking about Solana, I'm not sure how many of you guys stay up to date with that news, but Helium is leaving its own blockchain and moving over to Solana's blockchain on March 27th. Now, a couple months ago, this news was still in the talks, but it looks like it's really happening on March 27th. And also on a press release, Helium came out and said, once completed, HNT will become natively comparable with other platforms within Solana's ecosystem, adding utility for HNT, mobile, and IoT token holders. Now, the fact that they mentioned the mobile token in this press release when they really didn't need to because this was mainly talking about Helium and HNT just goes to show how dedicated they are and how much they really care and believe in the Helium mobile token and Helium 5G. Now, there was also another article I saw that showed how much some of these old HNT miners were making back in the day. Now, back in May 2021, some of these hotspot miners were making 80 HNT a week, which is absurd. And if you take that into account with the price Helium hit, people are making close to $16,000 a month just from one of these hotspot miners. And I bet you the people who took that risk and bought these miners when no one else was talking about it, when there was no potential, are definitely happy they did that. Now, one can argue the fact that the people back then at least knew how much their coins were worth and they could just sell them at any time. Now, that's true. We don't have that luxury with the mobile token. We're just mining these tokens with no price, but that's where the risk comes in, because remember, the bigger the risk, the bigger reward you'll get as well. And also, Helium is building this during a bear market where everything is super slow and there's no price movement at all. Imagine if they get this out before the next bull run and people start to see how much money you can make from mining or just even using their phone services. The price would legit skyrocket, because you have to remember, every crypto during a bull market always goes up, and the fact that you can make money and people can make money from this, that'll take this to a whole new level. Look, I don't know about you, but for me, I'm willing to take this risk because the potential I see is much, much larger. Now, I'm not saying to go out and buy all these expensive 5G Helium miners and put all your money into it. I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying do your own research and see if this is a risk you're willing to take. And if you can't, that's perfectly okay, because everything you'll come across won't be for you. But in the chance you are and you are willing to take this risk and start mining Helium 5G and earn these mobile tokens, I'll put links to where I bought I'll mine down below, along with my video on how to install them. And also, to make things easier for you guys, the company I buy my miners from, Helium Deploy, actually just launched a new service called Moken, where you don't even need to buy a miner and set it up. You can just buy a pre-existing miner and just start earning right away. Like I said, I'll put links to everything down below if you guys are interested in wanting to mine Helium 5G. And for those of you that are curious as to how much I'm making from mining Helium 5G, I currently have 3 miners and they're making about 65,000 mobile tokens per day. It's technically worth nothing, like I said, but who knows how much it'll be worth in the future. That's what I'm banking on. But that was it for today's video, guys. Hopefully this update video helped you guys out and cleared some of the questions you guys had. If you have more questions, let me know down in the comment section below. I'll make sure to answer them. Remember, none of this was financial advice. It was all entertainment purposes. As always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in next week's video. Peace.